kati mmalo bagamba ekitongole ekyo omulimu gwe kiri mu kukola ogw'okuba kiteeka abaana bamwe ku nkola ekizaala gumba ku myaka emito kati ate kantu baviira wano ku ntono mmalo bba message eno mugitegeere bulungi nnyo ku bigendero bya Museveni ne banne okusaasaanya ekirwadde ekyamukenenya buno bakangera busoma mu Lungereza mukitegedde bulungi nnyo kubanga ne banyonyola luli engeri gye batambuzamu obulwadde buno ne kati kambo message eno yawandiikiddwa omukugu mutegeere esoma bweti. The state using Banyarwanda to spread HIV project started some time back. Nti Nyando Yosoferiti bahabulwa okweyambisa Abanyarwanda okusaasaanya obulwadde bwa siriimu. Nti eno enteekateeka yatandika dda gye buvuddeko ebbanga ttono nnyo. Project eno yatandika mu mwaka gwa 2017 n'omwaka gwa 2018. Yatandikirako Kerushenyi n'egenda embala. Museveni lwe yafiirwa akalulu Mwankole ne basindika banneekolera jange ne bazinda ebifo gamba ng'ekifo mwali kazinda TC Ishaka as well Mbarara City targeting university student to eliminate elite class. In 2018-2019 they extended it to border guys where they could buy motorcycles to a man that accepts to marry a Mnyarwanda in Ankole. It has been a slight project going on. Thanks for exposing it to the public. Bagambye bati nti enteekateeka eno ey'okusiiga obulwadde Museveni yegambisa Abanyarwanda okutambuza obulwadde buno era yatandikako kokko emabega 2017-2018 yatandikira mu Bushenyi Mbala ebifo naddala Museveni gye yafiirwa akalulu n'atuukako ne Mwankole. Eno gye yasindika banneekolera jange Abanyarwanda mu bifo bye basindikamu okuli Kazinda TC Ishaka saako n'Embalala City nga bagezaako nnyo okwefunira abaana abalenzi ne baana bawala abali mu ssematendekero aga waggulu saako n'abo abantu abanyuma obufumuko abali mu kirasi ya waggulu. Mu 2017 beeyongera ne bagaziya ekiwendo kyabwe kino ekyokusiiga siriimu ne bakkira ne wansi mu bavuzi ba boda nga bano bo babateekamu n'akasenda baasi nti buli muvubuka yenna eyali yeyina obwetaavu bw'omugulira boda bamuguliranga boda kasita yakkirizanga okuwasa omukyalo Munyarwanda mu Ankole. Era projekiti eno ebadde egenda mpolampola naye nga yakipooze era ebadde egenda kati ekyagenda mu Buganda mweri. So webali nnyo okuba nti weexposinze ekyama ekyo ndoza mutegedde bulungi nnyo. Kati bwe mala okuba nga mbongeddeko eyo security alert n'embalagana ekitongole kino ne bagambye awo tuvuddewo kati njagala tugende ku video eyatuleese bulungi nnyo. Njagala tugende ku video eyatuleese bulungi nnyo. Okusookera ddala ebintu bingi bitambula ku mutimbagano ebinkwatako kituufu ebitundu 80 ku buli 10 bituufu tekuli kibalimba nga bwe nze mbagamba embeera gye ndimu wano buli omu agimanyi era njogera nammwe. Wabula Nyande Yosoferi ne mutabani we baadde bataddeyo okwekalakaasa nga lumu omwezi ogw'omwenda ku kitebe ky'eggwanga lyawa nekiri kusangwa mu Kampala bitundu by'Ekolo ne bamala ne bakuyitayo nga ndowooza bafunyeemu okutya bo ne bagamba nti bagenda teekawo enteeseganya z'eggwanga ku ggwanga butya basobola okunfuna. Kati ekyo ne kibeera awo. Kati abantu abo bye bakola bye bamanyi bakola kubanga bo bwe bagamba nti omuntu ayogera talina makulu era tabatiisatiisa ate kati omuntu gwe mugamba talina makulu mutandika mutyo muteekako embeera mutuuke n'okuteekayo ekipande ekiraga ne mugenda kwekalakasiza ku embasi y'eggwanga mwali. N'ekirala mwagamba nti obwenyi bw'ekitabo mwaboggala Facebook mwagiggala muze mbuuza mundabira ku ki? Mwagamba mwaggala Facebook mu Uganda mundabira ku ki? Okitegeera ate n'emisango gye muyina enkumulito emisango nga 15 kunze nga mugimvuna nagiddiza mu nsi yammwe. Ate nze sizanko ku musango kubanga njogera bituufu. Kati nze neebuuza mwagamba Lumbuye talina makulu wa propaganda wa blackmail kati ate omuntu wa propaganda wa blackmail gumwogerako era nga talina makulu kiki ekibatuukisa okugamba nti mugenda kwekalakaasa ku kitebe kya Butuluki mu Kampala. Era mwagamba obwenyi bw'ekitabo mwabuggyako mu Uganda tebuli mundabira ku ki? Muhoozi, your father and the state mafias in Uganda. How would you watch me when publicly, openly, you stated that you blocked Facebook in Uganda? How would you get access on my information? Can you tell the world that publicly you came out, you said that Facebook in Uganda was blocked? You understand? Me, I do my broadcast on Facebook. How do you get access to watch my videos? To the extent you are threatening the country where I am so that they can produce me into your hands or to hand over me into your hands. So this is the question. Stop meandering around knowing exactly what I'm doing. That I'm saving my country. I'm talking about the problems which many Ugandans can't come out to talk about, mainly those who are in Uganda. So stop fooling Ugandans. You know exactly what I'm doing. And I'm becoming a threat to your regime. And whatever I say, over whatever I say on social media, is 100% correct. So, njagadde bategeeza nti bakola kyonna kiwawa njala soka kutegeeza bana Uganda musoka mutegere 1. Abasajja bano balina enkola yaabwe ey'obutagondera mateeka. Bakimanyi bulungi nnyo bagezezzaako okwogera n'abakulembeze ba wano nti bampe banze waka. Ne bagamba nti omusajja ali mateeka agensi yonna ge gamukuuma. Okitegeera. Naye ate bagezaako nnyo ate okukozesa bano ku pressure mbu ate bampeeyo. Kati omuntu amanyi nti omuntu ali protected under international laws. Ate no pressurizing omuntu akuwa omuntu oyo kubanga bo mu Uganda amateeka agawe basobola ga bypassing ne bakola baagala. Kati bo bati balowooza okitegeera. Naye nga bazembaga nti wano nduddewo nnyo, the fact is nduddewo kyo kyekituufu. 1. Era ekita kyava ku ssengejjero kifuuka wankindo. Ng'emutera okulaba Piraato bw'atera okulumba abamuvuganya mu nsi z'emmanyi ez'amaanyi n'abanyigirayo. Kati na bano kye baagala okukozesa chance eyo okukola ki? Okuba nti kiriwo ekiba kiremye basobola okukola ekiddako. Kyovula bagenda nti obulamu bwange buli mu matigga naye Mukama akyankuumye. Njagala bawa assurance wanti wali muntu asobola kunkwata kunziza Uganda. Tekisoboka. Wawula ne baga nti ekyokunzijjawo kyo kiri mikono gya Katonda nange okwekuuma ng'omuntu. Ne bagamba lubaala embeera nga n'embiro kwokoloza ki? Kwotadde. Kye njagadde bategeeza kitegedde bulungi lubaala embeera nga n'embiro kwotadde. Jjukira lwolwo ewantu nabali pressure gye batekako n'enkola gye bakola mu gimanyi basobola okufuna emiwaato ne bakola ki? Kuba kati wano omuntu amanyi w'embeera ye gavumenti ya wano entwala basigadde bonna tebamanyiiwo. Kati banoonya batadde ssente buli wamu ne bawunyiriza buwunyiza w'empise basobola okukola ki? Okuyimirirawo. Ne good enough Mukama akyankuumye naye nga nina okuva by all means kubanga tomanya biki ebisobola okuddi. Nga mumanyi nti Piraato yasobola okugenda mu nsi n'atracking abantu n'abatta. 1. Ebyokwerinda dde babikuwa n'ebitandikirako ggwe ng'omuntu. Gwe olina okumanya osula otya, otambula otya, baani boodiringa nabo, oyogera ne baani, ddi lw'obeera mu kitundu dola kibaddeemu baani boodiringa nabo. Njagala bawa assurance Uganda ne community nagivaamu emyaka 6 bweddu. Sina mweno gainagana gwe associatinga naye, sirina kintu kyonna nebeera mu kasiisira kange ng'omuntu. Nebeera mu kasiisira kange ng'omuntu. Okiragala bulungi nnyo? Kyovula olumu nsirika ne mulanga temundebe nga nsirika nkyafumba mutwe guno ng'okwasaganya naye nga nawo omuntu okubeera ng'oli bw'omu. Bintu bingi bikubeerako naye nga nze Uganda community nagivaamu dde emyaka 6 simanyi ne bafaanana mbalabula ku social media. Kati so security atandikirako ggwe. Bw'oba oli munywa mwenge, bw'oba ogenda mu bbaala, bw'oba ogenda kuba maada, bw'oba ososyalinga ne bannayuganda, gw'omanyi kubanga batadde ssente buli wamu. Nze nsula mbisusunku nze mmanyi bw'embeerawo Mukama akyankuumye. So that is it. Naye lubaala embeera nga n'embiro kwotadde. Okitegedde bulungi nnyo. So byebyo byenjagadde obbaga njagala mubeere bagumu naye nga bumuteekamu amaanyi. Kyobula nabasabule muna Uganda yenna ali mu kitongole kyonna eky'amaanyi okusobola okuba nga akola kyakola nve nga nvaawo. Ekituufu kiri nti akatabo ko nakeenenya. Passport ya Uganda nagyenenya nagivaako. Bulijjo eri abambuuza owaaye nga ogamba nti bakuuma passport biki. Yes, passport baginnyima era nengivaako. Njagala bowa proof eno wadde nga yaddako mwena amanyi kye bayita mwena mumanyi bulungi kye bayita ki? Kye bayita application. Application bulijjo mugimbuuza tulage proof ndi bakuuma passport. Okire bulungi nnyo. Kanza mutegedde. Manya abantu ambeebuza amagezi ate alimba kati yo njikulaze. So kati mukitegedde. kati atagamba nti akwagala mu Uganda yanyima passport nagamba siri mu na Uganda nanzija ko kutuuzebwa tasobola kumpa passport kati atanoonya anyways eyo mpitidde witizi kubalaga kiche kiri nenga mukama agendageza kunkuuma nga namwe mulwana okuba nti bikibu kitambula bulungi era njalo kobaza mwenna abali mu kikola mwe bali nyo balire ddala nzi sitambula tosobola kunfuna tunosobola kunzija mukama acyankuumye kati awo tuvuddewo era singa na passport singa natambula dda nesigirina ebyane bisigadde byonna byawano babagamba bobanga okyali mu kifo ekifo ekyo kibeere mpaka luno kivaamu ofuna omukisa kati bitegedde bulungi amanyi Oluganda kati awo tuvuddewo njala tugende ku video eyatulese olwaleero era ndowooza njagala tugitandike bulambalamba naye abantu b'omugwanga lya America bana Uganda mwenna mwegendereze nnyo tiimu ya PLU eri mu America ekulemberwa omukyala gwe bayita Sylvia Kacho aina grupu nene nnyo Sylvia Kacho omwegendereze nnyo oyo ono abali mu America mwegendereze nnyo mukyalo ne tiimu ye grupu ya PLU oyo yaba leading mwegendereze nnyo n'abala bangi nnyo abatambula bakola emirimu egyo ejja PLU mwegendereze nnyo mugitegedde bulungi nnyo alright kati nawo nvuddewo kati njagala tutandike video eyatulese bulungi nnyo mugitegere bulungi nnyo kati kansoke mpisa message eno nga mutagingira olalo tuno Nobati Mao Museveni ne Dere Drinking General njara soka mbasombere obaka buno then nituke tugende mu maaso ulira bulungi nnyo bulijjo mbagamba nti Museveni tasobola kulwanyisa corruption kubanga Museveni ya corruption ate batege emizannyo mingi nnyo kati njagala basaba yes obulamu ebuli matiga nenjala basaba ekitukangawo kyonna mugendanga mu maaso eggwanga lirisigala litambula bawendio basiiwo eggwanga lisigala litambula nze mba nkozeko ogwange bulijjo mbaga Museveni tasobola kulwanyisa corruption era buli Museveni kyakola kyonna mu kuzanya corruption games bwalwanyisa corruption kyabufere kyabuyaye kati olwaleero bakoze mistake nene ne bakubiramu ne project ya Baram ne bakubiramu ne ya Nemmere lwaki bwe bali bakwata Anita Amongi nti muli wanguzi ne bafefete ennyumba ze ne batwala buli kimu kyonna emmotoka biki byonna ne batamusiba natagenda luzira ne bakwata Pokakire ne bamuteekayo bw'amaze ennaku ze 10 bagambye nti bamutadde ali butalave mu house arrest kitegeeza nti game ne diversion yaabwe aweekomye kitegeeza tebali kulwanyisa corruption era bamaze okiteekayo na Anita Amongi nyinyi n'awandiika n'agamba I take this opportunity to thank the mighty God for the gift of life and freedom. My profound and heartfelt appreciation goes to Nyandi Osoferiti Bahaburu Kaguta for his unmatched parental grace and decision to grant me mercy. Olida kati bobo uliranga omukazi yali mubbi ngabye sereza parliament akoze buli kimwe kyetaagisa okukola nga babba sente eno sindika Balamu agende ku ground yarwanyisa corruption atenga omukulu wa corruption mu Uganda omu ku babbese ne parliament omutadde who is fooling who nabagamba mwegendereze nnyo diversions Museveni saakulyetinga ng'akulyetinga diversion politically okumuyamba n'okulwaga nti alwanyisa enguzi teri kulwanyisa enguzi mu Uganda bano ba mafia kati yogambye Anita Amongi yawedde balina okulyetinga diversions ez'enjawulo okuteekawo ebintu ebyo ayinza okulowooza nti byenjogera nze mbyesomera njagala kakulagako wano ng'obudde bukyali okale bulungi nnyo okalaba kati kitegeeza Balamu byakola ne Nammere byonna mizannyo gya keepinga diversion zaabwe nga banoonya legitimacy era legitimacy ekyabatawaanya nnyo kati kitegeeza bano byonna babakola tebasobola kukola kintu kyanjawulo ku ekyo kyemukitegedde kati awo tuvuddewo njagala tugende ku kinyisi kya video eyatulese video yatulese yerwa Ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again. I'm by names of Lumbuye Fred, a Ugandan blogger based in Turkey. It's now approaching to 2 weeks since I came publicly and I exposed Museveni's hidden mission of appointing Ambassador Olara Otun as he signed for Ambassador Olara Otun to be elected as the Secretary General of the United Nations. Some people knew about it, but unfortunately, they took it for granted. But unfortunately, Museveni had spent billions of money by paying lobbyists and some government officials who are moving around with Olara Otun across the world with their hidden mission. You know, sometimes people, they take long to understand how Museveni operates, but I myself have taken some period of time studying Museveni and the way how he operates. Have been watching social media, more especially from Uganda. Some individuals from northern Uganda, they have been sent by Museveni and Muhoozi to counterattack my information, which I provided to the public about the hidden mission which Olara Otun is carrying indirectly without the notice of Ugandans. First and foremost, I need to be clear to the public. My brothers and sisters from northern Uganda, I'm not an enemy to Uganda, and I'm not an enemy to my brothers and sisters from northern Uganda. No. What I'm doing is my constitutional right. And I haven't yet talked about the tribal statements that I'm fighting Olara Otun. I'm not fighting Olara Otun as a person. I'm fighting the hidden mission which was given to me by Museveni. Remember, since 1987 up to date, many Ugandans in northern part of Uganda, they lost their lives due to the fact that Museveni created Kony. Kony, who massacred thousands of Ugandans. And Kony was Museveni. So after Museveni realizing that the public has got to know that he was a person behind Kony, he decided to go against the people of northern Uganda. Remember, the people of northern Uganda, they are the one who are in the previous governments, like Idi Amin Dada, Tito Okello Lutwa, and others, even let Obote. So he thought that those people, if they stay peacefully in northern part of Uganda, they will cause chaos in Uganda. So he decided to create labor groups so that those people, they don't settle in peace. That's why he created Kony, who massacred thousands of people in Uganda. And fun enough, the people who were there, who witnessed the atrocities, and they were recorded, and the information is in public archive. One of them is Mr. Olara Otun, who confessed, and the other one is Nobati Mao, and others who are still at large. Leave those who were killed, because I'm going to give you more information about the atrocities which happened in northern Uganda and who betrayed our brothers and sisters in northern Uganda. Although some people have been paid to come publicly to start cooking some tribal statements that I'm against the people from northern Uganda because I'm Uganda. No, it's not all about tribes in Uganda, because I know how Museveni operates. Museveni is good at divide and rule, which I mastered. I can't allow such people to come publicly to start forget that the person whom they are backing right now is the same person who confessed publicly that Museveni is behind all the atrocities happening to the people of northern Uganda. Publicly, if you come out and ask those people who have not been sent by the government to defend Museveni and Olara Otun, can they give proof or to deny that Olara Otun and Nobati Mao confess that Museveni killed those people? It's not all about tribal. I didn't mention any tribal statement against Olara Otun. No. I was reminding him that the same person he talked about that is one created Kony and killed his own people is the same person who now giving him mission to become the Secretary General of UN. That was my statement, and my statements were clear. So I'm not against the people from northern Uganda. I'm not against the person of Olalo Otuno, but I'm against Museveni's mission. You, my brother and sister from northern Uganda, I'm here to reminding you, we are fighting something which is very big and very hidden. Remember, we are fighting with the refugees from Rwanda who are busy creating Tutsi dynasty within Uganda and across East African countries. They have committed crimes against humanity in all regions of Uganda, in all regions of East Africa, including the 1994 genocide in Rwanda, the Congo massacre, the South Sudan massacre, the Northern Uganda massacre led by Museveni, the Alice Lakwena, and other rebel groups, including the ADF, which operates in Congo, which keeps on terrorizing people in western side of the country. You understand? So I'm not here to praise each and every person when I'm speaking the truth with the evidence. Ambassador Olalo Otuno, as a person, I don't have a problem with him. But what he's carrying on, which was sent by Museveni to do so, is what I'm fighting, or is what I'm trying to fight with, because some people, you don't know how Museveni operates. I'm going to give you the full information and you'll get to know. As I begin this video right now, I'm going to replay the video of those people I've mentioned who were there, confessed, confirm with evidence that Museveni was the person behind Kony and the person who killed the people in northern Uganda, and the same people right now defending Museveni. Don't you see that they have betrayed you? Right now Museveni is giving you man and Salim Sari to come out with a tribal statement that I'm against the tribes of people in northern Uganda. No, that is a huge mistake. I haven't mentioned any kind of tribal statements about the people from northern Uganda, because I'm the same person who have been fighting for a long period of time to defend and to expose Museveni's mission in northern Uganda. So I can't go against my fellow Ugandans who suffered many years without knowing a man who was behind in their sufferings, and that is Museveni. And the people who stood to challenge Museveni some time back, the same people now eating with him because they were paid off, and some were intimidated because you don't know how Museveni operates. Let me begin with replaying the video which shows the evidence that the people I'm talking about who are now working Museveni are the same people who confessed with the evidence that Museveni is the one behind Joseph Kony.
People give estimates about how many people who exterminated or assassinated political opposition. Museveni's done more. Yet nobody associates Museveni with atrocities.
Museveni managed to impress the Western world. They didn't know that he was actually a wolf in a sheep's skin.
Museveni's become the master and divider. He knows how to set one ethnic group against the other to his own advantage and for his benefit.
Museveni's army was moving from village to village. If they were not burning houses, then they're shooting people down. If they are not shooting people down, they are destroying crops.
Government soldiers would actually perpetrate these atrocities and then make it appear as if the LRA had committed those crimes.
And rape is being used as a weapon of war. A lot of women who are being raped cannot tell their story because nobody is going to believe them.
Men were being raped for the first time.
In front of their families, in front of their children, when in front of their wives.
Those of us who come from northern Uganda know what it means to be dehumanized, reduced to nothingness.
Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch have documented these atrocities. Yet, Museveni is untouchable.
Shocking thing is that the government was able to forcibly displace them, then not provide food, shelter, medicine, or protection.
They were taken to these concentration camps in order to be destroyed.
At its peak, 1,000 people every week were dying because of the conditions in the camp.
Museveni and his key commanders who committed atrocities, crimes, of war, crimes against humanity should be investigated, should be indicted. Today,
Isn't that
We must
Olalo
not
Tunu?
let the world forget. We must keep on telling the stories. We must keep the memory of suffering alive.
No food. A brilliant genocide is silent genocide. Perfect crime.
all right? So, when you hear some crooks who were paid by Salim Saleh from northern Uganda, is not my fellow Uganda. No, me all along have been defending all Ugandans without differentiate between their tribes. No, because I'm a Ugandan and I've been working with all tribes in Uganda. The Uganda, I advise you, or I talk about the wrongs you've done. So there is no way how a person who confessed that Museveni committed crimes and the same person now moving with Museveni with the hidden mission, then I begin now. Museveni's government is putting a significant diplomatic weight behind Olalo Tunu's UN Secretary General bid, with the former Prime Minister Luhakana Lugunda leading the international lobbying campaign. Museveni has personally promoted Otunu Kandese, while Lugunda has been tasked to mobilize you that I will expose Olalo Tunu and Museveni at your goal. Listen very, very, very carefully. When Olalo Tunu pursued to be the next General Secretary of UN, Museveni didn't sign for him, but instead he supported his tendency when he was still working under UN. Olalo Tunu was tasked on several occasions to benchmark resolutions concerned about the atrocities which have been committed across the globe under the dictatorship of different leaders across the globe, which Olalo Tunu did very well. But unfortunately, time reached when Olalo Tunu is supposed to finalize his work. He was asked to make a final decision where the UN actions are supposed to be made or to be focused. You know what Olalo Tunu did? He talked about Museveni in his resolutions, but when it reached the time of finding and making a decision where the UN can start from. He removed Museveni from that list. He started with Sierra Leone. You may ask yourself why Olalo Tun skipped Museveni or skipped Uganda and focused to other countries, mainly because he started with Sierra Leone. Do you think Olalo Tun was stupid? No, because Olalo Tun, I don't know what happened to him. I'm about to give you the information of what he did. Listen very carefully. Otono served from 1997 up to 2005 as a UN Under-Secretary General and Special Representative for Children and Armed Conflicts. His mandate was to document abuses against child advocacy for their protection, mobilize international political actions, and bring variation into UN peace and security system. His office specifically helped to establish mechanism for listening offending parties and seeking accountability. What he actually had responsibilities to do: 1. Document and public exposes violations as that was squarely within his mandate in 2001. Otun went before the UN Commission on Human Rights, described the northern Uganda as an human rights and humanitarian catastrophe, drawing international attention to the situation. Okay. Bakugambye nti Olalo Otun bwe yali ku ng'akyakola mu kakiiko kensi yonna mwaka yatandika mu 1997 mpaka 2005 ekitongole kyagala okukulira kati kyamu obuvunaanyizibwa okunoonyereza n'okuwandiika ku ddembe ly'okutulugunya abantu, ku ddembe ly'abaana mu nsi yonna, saako n'okukola ebyo bisaanidde okukola mu kuleeta eddembe mu bitundu ebyo. Era mugamba ateekawo n'enkola esobola okuba ng'eyamba okutuukiriza ebyo byazudde ne byawandiise, nga n'abakoze ebikolobero ebyo balina okuba nga bateekebwa mu nkomyo bannyonnyole ebikolobero ebyo. Mu bye yasookerako mu biwandiiko bye, Olalo Otun mu lukale yalabisa okutyoboola eddembe mu ggwanga erya Uganda mu 2021. Era n'ategeeza nti ekyali mu mambuka ga Uganda tekyali kya buntu, eddembe ly'obuntu lyatoobolebwa era kyali kya bulabe nnyo ekyatuuka n'okuleeta ebitongole by'ensi yonna n'ensi yonna okuteeka amaaso ku Uganda ku biki ebyaliyo. Ngenda kuyita mu bwangu lipooti eyo anaajagala njagikuwa gyesomere. Kati wulira wano. Uganda, when time reaches for the action, Uganda was not visible to Otun. Uganda was not visible to Otun. Although in his benchmarking, he established all abuses of human rights, which in his own statement, he confirmed that it was a catastrophe. You understand? Uganda government clearly understood what he was doing. Kampala formally protested his allegation to the Security Council, accusing him of making unfounded claims about the government treatment of actual population. Otun bw'amala okuwandiika ebintu biro byonna ebiraga nti Museveni yatta abantu mu mambuka ga Uganda, ripooti baagiwa Nyandi Osoferi. Nyandi Osoferi n'agira ebitongole bye biwandiikire UN nga beekalakaasa. Mbu Olalo Otun bye yayogera ne bye yawandiika si bituufu era tebiriiko mutwe na magulu. ngalumiza government ya Museveni okutta n'okutulugunya abantu b'omwacholi oyo lala otuno tugenze maaso. Then in 2003, Uganda again formally protested Otuno's inclusion of Uganda in UN Child Soldier Reporting, arguing that URA, not the Ugandan government, not was Ugandan government. Mu mwaka gwa 2003, Nyambi osofedde government era bava ne bekalakasa ku mpandiika n'okunoonyereza olulala Otuno kwe yakola nti government ya Uganda ekubira Nyambi osofedde bawandikanga abaana abato ne babateeka mu magye ga kkoni okutta n'okutta abantu. Museveni kennyini yakiwakanya n'agamba nti olala Otuno kye yakola si kituufu, tugenda mu maaso. Ulira. But there where the accountability question gets uncomfortable. Bakugambye nti wano bwekyatuuka mu kubuuza ebibuuzo n'okuddibwamu ebibuuzo okyafuuka ekizibu. Otuno's own 2005 framework identified 3 steps. Mu bintu Otuno bye wandiika mu 2005 byajjamu ebibuuzo era ebibuuzo bino byajja mu ngeri ya mirundi 3. Wulira bulungi nnyo. The names of the offending parties, hold them accountable through concentrated targeting measures. 3. Creating monitoring mechanism and capable of targeting actions. Okuzuula amanya gaabo abaali mu kitta bantu mu mambuka. Ekyokubiri, okufuba okulaba nga abantu abo bakwatibwa baleetebwe mu lujjudde oba mateeka bannyonnyole. Saako n'okulondoola enkola egenda okukozesebwa okuteekawo ebikolebwa oba ebikolwa mu kukwatisa amateeka ku bantu abo. Tugenze mu maaso. He was there not merely advocating awareness. He was advocating an enforcement. Yet the strongest version of the architecture, Security Council Resolution 162, was only adopted in July 25. Essentially, at the end of his tenure, it created the formal monitoring reporting mechanism and provided pathway for actions against listed offenders. Omwami ono ganatira okuwummula emirimu gye mu kisanja kye mu kakiiko akakwasaganya ebyokwerinda mu UN mu kawaayiro mu 612 kasinzirako ebinnyini bye yagamba teekawo enkola ey'okunoonyereza n'okuzuula n'okufuna ekkubo mu bagenda okussa ebikolwa mu nkola eyo naddala eri abo abaakola ekyamu ku bannayuganda. And Northern Uganda had not been brought into enforcement system in the way the situation already on the council agenda had been. That's the strongest criticism you can make from the evidence. Bagamba nti mambuka ga Uganda ebikola byonna ebyakolebwa tebyaleetebwa ku mwanjo mu nkola olala Otuno gye yateekawo naddala mu mbeera eyaliwo nga bo abakakiiko ke baali baagala ebintu ebyo bigende bulungi nnyo ku mmeeza. Bafune ki ekyokukola mu nkola ey'okuleeta abantu abakola ebikero biryo ku mmeeza. Bw'atabikola wattu ate byalaga kifaananyi kirala. Mukitegedde bulungi nnyo ekintu ekyo. Kati bw'omala okusoma ebintu ebyo byonna batuuka okusaba Otuno tutandikira luddawa yajja Museveni teyamuteekamu. Bwe yajja Museveni atamuteekamu, kati wulira ekyaddako. Before nga tugenda ku kyaddako, mpuliriza bulungi nnyo. Banyabo ne bassebo. All ladies and gentlemen, let me be categorically clear to the international community and some Ugandans who understand English. I'm here to inform you that Museveni picking Olalo Tun is not a coincidence. No. As usual, Museveni picks one within the people whom he fears most. Either he compromises him or he threatens him, and whatever he does to compromise those people. And those people, Museveni uses them to defend himself or to clear his name. This is exactly what Museveni is doing right now. First and foremost, the world doesn't know that Museveni is the man behind the 1994 genocide in Rwanda. Museveni is the person behind the genocide in Uganda, mostly in Uganda region, in Congo, South Sudan, in Tanzania, in Somalia, in Ethiopia. So, Museveni had been committing crimes against humanity in Uganda. So many people have been missing, killed, kidnapped, and others are still rotting in jails. So, Museveni right now is in evening age. He's trying to protect himself and protect his family, as well as his son, whom we think that is going to repress him very soon. What he's doing right now is to assign Olalo Tun and to spend billions of money on him, so that by chance Olalo Tun becomes the Secretary General of UN. Museveni automatically himself, by using Olalo Tun, he will block and cover all the traces of the crimes against humanity he had committed in East and Central Africa, mostly in Uganda. Why? Nobody will come out to challenge Museveni when the Secretary General is his own man, Olalo Tun. And Olalo Tun becoming the Secretary General of UN, it will automatically seal the 50-year Truth Master Program in Uganda and across East Africa. Because all the Rwandese in East Africa, they will be safe under Museveni, under his son. So don't take this information for granted. Olalo Tun is just being used by Museveni, because Museveni knows that the moment he uses Otun to become the UN Secretary General, he will seal, cover up all traces of the crimes against humanity he had committed in Uganda. And he will be protecting Rwandese in East and Central Africa. And they will be having an opportunity of sealing and complete their 50-year Truth Master Program in East and Central Africa. Rwandese, they are going to be safe. Nobody will challenge Museveni anywhere. And his status quo. So, the UN Security Council members, unless you're working with the dictator, unless you're working with the Rwandese Tutsi to destroy East Africa, please be very careful. Museveni sometimes doesn't flaunt his own people. No. He uses some indigenous people to defend his crimes after threatening them or bribing them or promising them heaven on earth. So Olalo Tun is not fit for that position. He is not fit for that position. If you are genuine, the member of the United Nations Council or UN General Assembly, does Olalo Tun has the financial muscle to finance his campaign? Genuinely? Ask yourself, why is this at a particular time Museveni decided to sign for Olalo Tun? When that gentleman Olalo Tun was still young and energetic, Museveni failed to assign him. Then Kofi Annan comes in. Because Museveni wasn't certain that Olalo Otunnu at one time will come on round table with Museveni and they settle their differences. Museveni knows now anytime he can die. He wants to get someone who can defend and cross all the traces of his crimes and to defend his son. And the right time is now. That's why he flaunted Olalo Otunnu. That's why Museveni has deployed many lobbyists, more especially from the Western world, some Asian countries, and some his former political advisors, and some his big advisors like Harwakan Lugunda and others to escort Olalo Otunnu whenever he goes to clean his path so that he can be elected as UN Secretary General. Museveni knows what he's doing. So my friends from northern Uganda, I'm not at war with the person of Olalo Otunnu, no. I'm at war with what you don't see and what you don't know. 1 week back, I asked you one question. Have you ever asked yourself why Salim Saleh is in northern Uganda? Why the Banyarwanda have taken over the northern part of the country? Why is it that every person in northern Uganda is quiet? And some those who were so vocal to defend the people from northern Uganda, all they're quiet right now. Because Museveni and his brother Salim Saleh, they penetrated, they infiltrated the country, more especially in northern part of the country and in West Nile. Now they are controlling that area. So if you see someone from northern Uganda go against Lumbuye, that Lumbuye is trying to create trouble statement against Olalo Otunnu, no. I'm just telling you exactly what you don't know and what is behind Olalo Otunnu. So here are the facts now. Northern Uganda is part of the country called Uganda, which has faced a lot of wars back and forth. And those wars were created by Museveni himself, whereby he created Connie, he created Alicia Kwena and ADF. So, the people who witnessed Museveni's crimes, they are the likes of Nobati Mao and Olalo Otunnu. I've played the video which shows exactly what I'm saying. So my concern is, you've been knowing that Nobati Mao, all along he had been camouflaging in opposition, but actually he was an agent of Museveni all along, and he was tasked to destroy Democratic Party, which he did. Thereafter, he was contracted again to fulfill Museveni's mission of cleaning his name of what happened during the Connie's war in northern Uganda. Museveni first convinced Nobati Mao, Museveni first contacted Mao, whom later he appointed him as his minister in his cabinet, and later contracted him to follow whatever was put on Museveni during the Connie's war. That's why you've been seeing or watching Nobati Mao moving across the globe, but especially Hague in Netherlands, where he met with Museveni's lobbyist by the names of Marijan Black, the Black Widow, whom they used to go to different offices looking for crimes or cases against Museveni, affidavits, evidences, and all people who were listed as witnesses in those crimes which Museveni committed in northern Uganda. Nobody Mao somehow, somewhere succeeded in finding out where those files were kept. Mao managed to withdraw his affidavit against Museveni. Mao successfully managed to withdraw his affidavit or his evidence on Museveni's crime against humanity in northern Uganda. And also he managed to get a list of all people from northern Uganda who confessed with the evidence that Museveni was behind the crimes against humanity in northern Uganda. So many occasions, Mao, after finding the list, he took those names to Museveni. And Museveni tasked Mao to convince those people if they can go with him in Netherlands, also to withdraw their affidavits against Museveni. Some of those people were convinced and withdrawn their affidavit against Museveni. And those who failed too, also Mao came back and informed Museveni that some of those people refused to withdraw their affidavit in the cases against you. Then Museveni instructed his assassination team to look for those people one by one, because already Mao, he had already given Museveni the list of those people. Which list Mao get it from? Netherlands, that is Hague, in the International Criminal Court. And those people were one by one eliminated, or they were cleansed out. Those who refused, including local leaders, culture chiefs, and some individuals, they were killed because they refused to withdraw their affidavit or evidence which they confessed that Museveni was behind Kony. So that was the work which was given to Mao to do. At least 60% Mao completed his task. That's why he's in government, operating under Museveni's watch, and is still doing more other things. Remember, I gave you a story whereby the late Peter Lokech had a mission of overthrowing Museveni's government, which meeting was attended by nobody Mao. After that meeting, Mao went straight to Museveni and told Museveni that Peter Lokech is planning ABCD. Peter Lokech was also eliminated. That is Mao for you. So after Mao doing all those things, he was appointed and now is working with Museveni. That's why he has a lot of money. He moves around the world. He is against the will of people. He's very happy after betraying his own people. Now, here comes Olar Otono. Olar Otono, he was very bitter about Museveni's actions, and he confessed and he was against Museveni. That gentleman also confessed, wrote a lot of information about Museveni's crime. But as you know, I don't know whether Museveni is a real Satan on this planet Earth. I don't know how. Maybe according to information which I have gathered, it's nobody Mao himself and some people who convinced Olar Otono to work with Museveni, which later Olar Otono accepted. And the end results are the one which you are watching right now. In the return, Museveni promised Olar Otono that I'm going to back you in the coming UN General Secretary elections, what he's doing right now. The same Olalo Tunu, I'm still doing more investigations about whether himself he withdrawn his affidavit in the International Criminal Court. But according to what you see and what he's doing right now, I think he did exactly. Because if you know that Museveni is your enemy, how dare you accept Museveni to back you? You think Museveni is a fool to forget that you confessed that he's a murderer? So, here's the question. My brothers and sisters in northern Uganda, please, I'm not against anyone in northern part of Uganda, but I'm against the betrayal of the century. Nobody is going to represent those people who lost their lives during the Kony War. And the people who are supposed to represent or to come out to defend those people, they're the likes of Alaro Tunu and Nobati Mao, who betrayed them. And some people are still displaced in northern Uganda. So when you see some individuals, some crooks coming out to defend that Lumbuye, whatever he's doing, is just against Olalo Tunu because he's coming from northern Uganda. No. You people from northern Uganda, have you forgot that Museveni is Kony and the one who massacred your own people? Who is that person who is going to defend those people? Who is going to speak on behalf of those who were killed during the Kony's war? Museveni has compromised the big number of all people from northern Uganda. Those who refused, they were massacred and others were killed. So these people who are jobless right now, they are getting jobs from Museveni and they're paid to defend Museveni. They don't know what they are doing. That's why Museveni did in Buganda. He compromised some Baganda. They went against the fellow Baganda. They sold off Buganda to Museveni. That's why many Baganda are suffering right now whenever they are. Those who are in diaspora, they are suffering. Those who are in Uganda, they are suffering. Whenever they are suffering. Because the same people betrayed Baganda, the same people, now they are doing the same, they are doing the same to what happened to Baganda. So, any person you see on TV, on radio, on social media, defending Olalo Tunu's action and Museveni's action, get to know that those people are paid or some are employed in Museveni's government. That's how Museveni operates. You understand? Any person you see go against the information I'm giving, get to know is paid by Salim Sare or Museveni, or is employed by Museveni in his government to protect Museveni. Because Museveni knows that the Western countries, they are just quiet, waiting him somewhere in the corner to be arrested. That's why he's spending billions of money, paying lobbyists. Now he wants to take over the UN Secretary General office to seal all big offices. No one will come out to complain or to go against Museveni. But some people, they don't know that it will be the end of the existence of the indigenous Ugandans. And it will be the successful mission of completing the 50-year Toastmaster program in Uganda. And you people in northern Uganda will face the love situation. Because we Uganda, we can come publicly and we condemn and we talk about these problems. But you, the big number of people in northern Uganda, you are quiet. Apart from Lady Winnie Allison, who is based in USA, on several occasions she come out to defend, to talk about the crimes against humanity in northern Uganda. But some of you are quiet. Who is that person going to defend those people who are killed by Museveni? So if I come publicly to talk about those problems, then you say that I'm so tribalistic. I'm not tribalistic. I'm speaking the truth. Why are we against each other? In defending the refugees from Rwanda, we've been telling you the history, the right information about Museveni's group. These are not Ugandans. These are refugees from Rwanda with their hidden mission of taking over our country. That's why they mastered in recruiting forces and buying weapons of mass destruction. For what? Do we have any internal war or internal conflicts? No. Why is it that every time that gentleman recruits army, purchases weapons of mass destruction? I think there are two people. That is our brother Strike Machine and Lady Winnie Allison. Those just two people, they're on social media talking about the crimes against humanity in Uganda, more especially in northern Uganda. The rest are quiet. Strike Machine and Lady Winnie Allison, who's based in USA. They're the only two people to the entire population of people from northern Uganda, others are quiet. Why? So when you see some people from that area start talking, Lumbuye, I try to create a tribal differences. No, not tribal, because when I come here publicly to talk about politics, and when I come publicly to give out security alerts, I usually give information to all Ugandans. I don't discriminate, because it's my constitutional right to defend my